welcome. Lovely to be with you. I wanted to try something new, so a different way of doing these tutorials. So I'm going to start with the end result and show you how I made it. And we're going autumn because the leaves are definitely turning, the weather is getting colder. But I have made an autumn table centre. It's something I don't normally buy, but I was sort of slightly attracted to. I bought this pumpkin candle. So the top's a bit garish, but it's quite a nice 4-wick candle that can sit on a table. And I have created this wreath that the candle will sit in the middle of. So beautiful muted tones, you can see, really simple idea, and it'll sit quite nicely with that candle. You can go forage your bits from the hedgerows, all the dried seed heads that are around at the moment, and a nice simple craft activity to do with friends or to do with your kids, whichever, and just looks lovely on a dining room table. Built on a willow wreath base, 10-inch wreath base, and a candle to go in the middle. So you might not have a pumpkin, you might have a collection of candles that you want to use, but that's fine. So I'll show you step by step. So I am trying this round a different way and showing you a tutorial, I guess, in a different style. This was my starting point. This is a 10-inch willow wreath, so I bought that. And then the candle table centre, so this slightly garish but kind of cute pumpkin candle centerpiece, is a 4-wick candle. So we're going to build, as you'll have seen in the finished piece, we're building this wreath base around here using just dried flowers. So autumnal in feel. Let me show you the process and how it works. So very simple mechanics for this one. You simply need that wreath base. So again, 10-inch willow wreath base. You need a roll of reel wire. I can put a link into the notes so you can get that if you don't have it, and a pair of florist scissors. So just my snips. And that's, plus all of the dried materials, that's all the mechanics you will need. So let's get started. So I'm just going to start by showing you binding a wire onto the wreath. So I've got my reel wire here, and I'm simply going to wrap it round a couple of times, twist together, and that's my starting point. It's as simple as that. So I've cut quite a lot of material already to shorter lengths. I'm going to keep it quite muted. So I've got dried hydrangea in the shorter lengths. I've got gypsophilia that's still retaining a bit of its colour, so that's shorter lengths. I've got some barley here, shorter lengths, and I've got some of these lovely preserved hydrangea in the creamy sort of colour, again, shorter lengths. Going to start, I think, with, also got some eucalyptus, which is kind of that dull sort of grey colour when it's dry, which is quite pretty. So I'm going to lay, because this is going to be a flat wreath on the table, I'm going to bind flat, if you see what I mean. So I'm laying it flat on top of the wreath, and I'm simply just going to go round like so. You want to be hiding, every time you bind something, you want to hide it with the next piece so you don't see those ugly mechanics, and it really is that simple. You probably want some bits jutting out to give it a bit of interest, so a bit of eucalyptus you can see there. And maybe I'll add another one, and then just locking it into place with the reel wire. So I'll go around a bit and show you and meet you back in a while. Just showing you so far, you can see what I've attached and the way I'm layering it and trying to create height with these little bits of eucalyptus popping up, and texture with the barley that's in there, and also the gyp. So really muted tones, but quite lovely. So I am about halfway now. You can see it's built up quite nicely. So I'm nearly finished. I've just got this little gap here, and I've got some pieces of hydrangea. I'm just going to bind in carefully, taking the wire underneath the hydrangea head so it doesn't crush it, but also locks it into place. Use some more eucalyptus, so chopping them off, and you're kind of going under. You can see I'm lifting up the first piece that I put on, and then binding these in so that the join then doesn't become visible. You don't want to see it. And it'll probably just be one more piece of hydrangea because that's nice and big. So again, posting it underneath and then gently sort of wiggling it through then I can lock it into place. And then I think to finish off, all I do is take my wire, unwind a bit, unwind a bit more, and then post the wire through the loop that I've made, and then I can just pull it. I can pull it tight, and then it's locked into place. Post the wire back into the foliage, you don't see it, and there you have it. So I will put it in the middle of the candle and show you the effect. Lovely to have you on board and hope you enjoy what I do. If you don't subscribe, please do. Click on the button, it'd be lovely to have you. And I am Grace Farriman, this is Young Blooms Flower School, and it's been fab to be with you today.